All right. Thanks everybody for that inviting welcome. Welcome to today's new episode, Bob the Sideman. Today we're going to be waste and recycling your profits. A few tips on how to save some money on the waste end and also on the production end.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this exciting episode of Bob the Sideman. Today we're going to be dealing with waste. A lot of you that are in the business for yourselves, the materials that you buy, your diamond grade materials or whatever sheeting you're using, that stuff is expensive. It's not cheap, and it just keeps getting more and more all the time. So what you want to do is you don't want to start throwing it out. So when I end up with excess sheets after I trim my aluminum blanks, like this is about a 6x24 diamond grade material. If I throw it out, it's close to $2.75, $3 worth of scrap I'm selling out, so throwing out. So there's a cup of your Starbucks coffee, another 3 of these, maybe 4 of these. Get you across one of the Bay Bridges, which is going up to $9. I even trim up when I have ElectroCut film left, EC film. So I have some of the black here. I'll save it, and for the county vehicles, we have numbers on them. I'll use the little scraps for stuff like that, or just little signs that I need. And I have this trimmer right here that I'll take all my scraps, a little guide set, and I trim these little 3x12 little scraps out of it. And what I use these for, you've probably seen a lot of these markers alongside the highway. They're a fiberglass marker. They'll kind of help you guide around the turn so you know where the edge of the roads are. So we've been using the fiberglass ones. They're made out of a Carcinite product. I don't know if that's a brand name or the material. Anyways, so after a while, you know, the reflector will lose some of its sheeting reflectivity. So what the guys will do is they'll come in and they ask me, hey, do you have more reflectors? And what we'll do is they'll just put a new sheet of reflector over the plastic, because the Carcinite here will last quite a long time. So that cuts down on a lot of waste. You know, here at the county, we're dealing with taxpayers' dollars, so I can't, for the life of me, throw one of these things out. You know, these are like, see, there's about 3 inches by 12, 36, about 50, 60, 70 cents in one of these things. So, you know, that's quite a bit. If you start throwing dollars out, that's just like opening your wallet every day and chucking money out. Nobody wants to do that. So what I do, like I said, is I trim them down. And today what I'm doing is we have these new type of guardrails we're putting in. A lot of them have the wooden posts, but we had some fires here in the county and they got burned up, a lot of the guardrails. So what we're going to do is replace them with I-beams instead of wooden posts. So what we do is, these are called a gator clip or something, and what they'll do is they'll slip on top of the I-beam. You know, your I-beam crosses like this, and these will just slip on, and they have little holes in there where you can either put some adhesive if you just want to put them on, or you can take a self-tapper and tap through them. You can even use these on wood. So these we get from a company, one of our suppliers. I think these are Plexco is the manufacturer, and they manufacture them with sheeting on or off. So we buy them blank for about $1.50, and if we buy them with the sheeting, they cost about over $4 a piece. So we find out it's better to buy them blank. And then what I do is, my reflectors that I have is I trim them down into little like 3x4s, and what we'll do then is we'll put the reflector on both sides so that you can see it driving, and then on the opposite lane you can see it, so you know there's kind of a marker there. So if there's an emergency you have to pull over, you can see a reflector and you don't have to pull off in front of it. So now we have reflective on both sides. So we've taken the $1.50 and now we've turned it into a $4 item with just a matter of 20 cents worth of scrap. We've saved, you know, close to $1.75, $2 on one of those reflectors. So yeah, just something to keep in mind about your waste. We're always conscious about waste here at the county. Like I said, it's taxpayers' dollars, and some of you guys that are in business for yourself, you know, that's nobody likes to open up their wallet every day and just start throwing money out. I know, I sure don't. And it's just kind of my little thing. My little OCD kicks in and won't let me throw stuff away. Well, some people call it OCD. I call it CDO because I like to have everything alphabetized. That's just how I do stuff. Anyways, like I said, you know, you start throwing these things away. A lot of profit. You do that at the end of the year. You know, you're doing a lot. And what I like to do is I like to trim my aluminum down to where I'm just going to have so this is how much after I trim a aluminum blank, how much waste I have at the ends, which is just very minimal. And this obviously gets thrown away because there's really nothing you could do with this stuff. And so this is kind of one of my little tips to kind of help think about what you're doing. You know, don't just start throwing money away. There's always a use for something. You know, reflectors, like I said, you know, we're saving a lot of money by doing these. Anyways, just a little tip I thought you guys I'd like to share with you. All right, so here's another one of our cost-cutting measures here. This is a bin that I get from Zap Manufacturing. They take all of my old signs that are been replaced. The older ones that no longer meet reflectivity, signs that we've changed out. We used to just take them to the scrap metal place, and you get pennies and pennies for these things. So what we do is every 90 days, Zap Manufacturing comes in and they pick up this crate, and what they do is they bring me back my previous order that was stripped and clean. They have I guess they use a water jet that takes all the sheeting off, and comes back a lot cheaper. 36 by 36 inch blank now, with the price has gone up with all the tariffs and everything that's imposed by the president. Aluminum really shot up in price. So a 36 by 36 would probably cost about $24, $25 now to buy one, and we get them for almost half that. We just have our old ones reconditioned, and I'll show you in a little bit what they look like when they're reconditioned. Okay, I was telling you about our recycle program, and what happens, like I said, every 90 days, Zap Manufacturing comes and picks up our container, and then they'll process that, and in the meantime, they bring back the previous order that they had taken 90 days ago. So when I get back a blank aluminum sign for them, you can see the old holes there. It's been water jet, I think they use on it, and they'll pound out any dimples or anything. They do a really good job, and it comes back. This was 080 aluminum blank, and yes, it might come back a fraction of an inch thinner, but it really doesn't matter for us, because when you think about the savings that you're using, plus these 36-inch signs when you put up on a diamond, you're going to be supporting it on your post and then your wind brace on the back, so that really doesn't matter much. Like the 30-inch blank, for example, for that 36, it's $14 for them to clean it. To buy that thing, it probably cost you God knows how much. So here's another thing that we have is here's one, for example, 24 by 30. It's all been refurbished and finished. So I buy that back from them for about 24 by 30, $8. So what I do is I'll turn around and make the sign. This was one of the refurbished ones. It's a R4-7, you know, keep to the right. It's got diamond grade on it with the EC film. So this sign here, by the time we buy the blank back and I manufacture it, I think it costs me around $28, and we have it calculated with all the materials that I use. So it costs me, with the blank and everything, about $28 to make this sign. Now, anybody who's in the sign business, you're not going to be able to make this sign for $28. There's just no way. By the time you buy the blank, which is going to cost you more in your materials and your time, and then you have to make a profit, you know, these signs will go for, a stop sign I think is like $75 or something like that, and or $75, $80 if you buy just one. And so what I do is I get the blanks back. You barely see the little letters on there. So I get the blanks back. So the stop sign, hexagon, octagon. Let's see, the octagon. $16 to get the blank back. Cover it and everything. I can probably make this stop sign for less than $30, about the same price as these, about $24, maybe $25, $30, in that neighborhood. And to buy one of these, I know is like 75, $80. If you buy just one, you know, and your shipping and everything is hugely expensive. But if you buy bulk, you know, you get a little bit better price. But this is another way that we can cut down on a lot of our money here at the county. And I have a backup here. In my sign room, I have more where I make the signs under my table. I have more different sizes for street name signs and various miscellaneous sizes. And then up top in my sign room that I think I've showed in a previous video, I have bigger oversized blanks. So recycling your aluminum blanks, especially with today's prices, can really jumpstart your profits. And if you do contact, not that I'm trying to push Zap products or anything, I don't get nothing from them except a hat or something once in a while, but they're a really good company to work for. I know they ship anywhere in the United States, and if you contact Zap Manufacturing, you can also buy recycled blanks from them cheaper than you can buy your aluminum blanks, and they're pretty competitive on their pricings and stuff. So whenever I buy sign blanks, I always go to them first and get a price for the recycled versus the new, and you'd be surprised the amount of money you can save by using them. Anybody, and Zap Manufacturing, they're in California, up in the Sierras, I think in Auburn, Grass Valley area, and I think they do the West Coast. I don't know if they go into Arizona. I know they do all of California. So anybody who's on the West Coast, you might want to check them out and see. And if you do, just happen to tell them Bob from Napa County sent you, and maybe I'll get 2 hats next time. Alrighty, well, sharing a little tip on recycled aluminums. Thanks for watching.